Well, friends, the hits just keep coming. The White House has named Kamala Harris as its new expert on guns. Here's what the hooker in chief had to say.
Everyone here knows that in this moment in our country, the number one cause of death of the children in America is gun violence. The number one cause of death for the children of America is gun violence.
Before I get off into the weeds on this, I've got to say this. We know the White House lies. We have some little pygmy chick in there that lies to the media every single day. Joe Biden hasn't told the truth in 48 years, 49 years. And Kamala Harris is a known liar as well. So I have to preface that and let you guys know that I know that she knows she's lying when she says that the guns are the highest rate of death over car accidents for children. Let me point one little thing out that she might have left out. According to the CDC, she's referring to a new study that came out that showed that the increase was by 30% with gun death relating to children. But they failed to mention that the group of people they're referring to as children are from ages 1 to 19. I realize that we are right in the middle of a group of people talking about young adults who are still considered children. An 18 or 19-year-old today is not the same as an 18, 19-year-old 10 years ago, even 5 years ago. They live at home till they're in their mid-20s, late 30s. I'm not talking about those of you who are taking care of your disabled parents or parents with a problem. I'm talking about those of you who have dirty underwear laying all over the floor, who play video games all day long, have a part-time job, and your parents are perfectly able-bodied. They just pamper you like a bunch of little candy asses. These people are including grown-ass men in this number. They're including 18-year-olds and 19-year-olds into this. Adults. They're including adults in this number. So they're being disingenuous and they're lying whenever they tell you this. They know that these numbers include grown-ass men in gangs shooting each other in Chicago, Detroit, New Orleans, New York. They're shooting themselves in record numbers right now. But Kamala calls them children to try to get you to feel sorry for this whole movement out there that we need to have some kind of reform because we're losing the children. And just to kind of point out their disingenuousness and their hypocrisy, I wanted to point out, look at this note at the bottom of this page. We chose not to include infant deaths in our analysis. Now, this is the analysis of leading cause of death of children ages 1 to 19. Infants are at a unique risk for age-specific causes of death, including prenatal, period deaths, and congenital anomalies. In 2020, 11 infants were killed by firearms. There were 1,711 deaths classified as all other diseases, making it the fourth leading cause of death behind poisoning overdose. So they're telling you that they left out numbers because they wouldn't have gotten the results they were looking for. Like the evil bastards they are, they included grown-ass men 18 to 19 years old in these numbers to tell the story they wanted to tell, but because the rates would not have told the story they wanted to tell, they left off infants so that it can make the numbers look better to them. Well, let me clear this up real quick. So you're telling me a certain subset would have skewed the numbers, but you used 18 and 19-year-old grown men to skew the numbers. Here's some more, Kamala.
And as we all know, while this violence impacts all communities, it does not do so equally. Black Americans are 10 times more likely to be victims of gun violence. Latino Americans twice as likely. Folks, we cannot normalize any of this.
Okay, let me help you here, sugar. I don't know what you're implying here. When she talks about this, she makes it sound like somehow that there is racism going on. That somehow there is a correctable thing out there to not make as many black people die, and maybe more white people need to die. I don't know if that's what she's implying, but she's not happy with the fact that more black people are affected by being shot in inner cities than white people. You'll remember that she was the Attorney General in California. The California inmate population by race and ethnicity. 6% of California is black. 29% of the prison population is black. If she's trying to compare this to white people, 37% of the population is white and 22% of the prison population is white. Now look at Latinos. Latinos, obviously, hey, old Bordazar here. Old Bordazar herself. Maybe you need to look at your Latino friends that you people are letting come in off of the southern border in record numbers, because that's clearly where the problem is. But the funny thing was, when I went to Google to try to find more information out about Kamala and how she put black people in prison in record numbers, Google seemed to have a pretty good list here of sources for me to go look at. But whenever I clicked on these sources, look at one of them. It says, damn, we can't find the page you're looking for. They're scrubbing the internet to get all this information off the internet that's going to incriminate Kamala being not very friendly to the black community. My guess is this page that you're looking at right here was probably taken down just prior to the election. My point in all this is Kamala Harris has never been qualified for the job. When she was Attorney General, she was given knob jobs under a desk to get her position. She never earned her position. She's vice president because Joe Biden was not looking for the best person to be vice president. He was looking for a black woman. He picked the best black woman he could find to be president, not the best person that could do the job and fulfill their obligations. He made a massive token hire at the second most powerful position in the world. That was a token hire. Put this into perspective, guys. The second most powerful person in the world, in the free world, is a freaking token hire. You get what you get. This is what you get when you hire based on diversity alone. I'm not saying there's black women out there that couldn't do the job, but they certainly weren't considered. And believe me, this ain't the best one you could have found out there.
I'm sorry, I thought this was America. It's over.